Standing here tonight is a dream I never thought would come true.
Don't miss the American Music Awards tomorrow night on ABC. This week's installment of NBC's Saturday Night Live proved to be a milestone episode for representation in Hollywood. Rapper and Crazy Rich Asians actress Awkwafina became the first Asian woman to host the sketch comedy show in 18 years and only the second Asian woman to ever do so. The first was actress Lucy Liu's stint as host back in 2000. In her opening monologue, Awkwafina shared a story of her standing outside the SNL studios during Liu's appearance on the show, and she recalled feeling hopeful about what was possible for an Asian American woman.
So thank you, Lucy, for opening the door. I wasn't able to make it in the building back then, but 18 years later, I am hosting the show.
In addition to giving her idol a shout out, she also referenced the blockbuster romantic comedy that skyrocketed her to success by noting that she is not indeed a crazy rich Asian. This week's SNL tackled the Me Too movement and representation in Hollywood throughout the show, including in a sketch about a New York Film Festival actress roundtable. Awkwafina played Sandra Oh, and cast member Kate McKinnon took on her recurring character Debette Goldry, who was slightly out of touch with current times. There were plenty of great roles for Asian women in the 1940s, and I should know I played all of them, McKinnon said, as Goldry, playing off the long history of whitewashing in Hollywood. The host was also featured in numerous sketches throughout the night, playing everything from Cleopatra's makeup artist to Ted Cruz's hype man. This weekend's episode of SNL also tackled the very recent news of Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court, finalized just hours before the episode aired. Kavanaugh's confirmation by the Senate on Saturday came after a week-long FBI investigation into the sexual assault allegations made against him. The cold open took place in a locker room filled with Republican senators who were all celebrating the Kavanaugh confirmation as if it were a sports victory. Kate McKinnon reprised her impression of Senator Lindsey Graham, saying,
"We made a lot of women real worried today, but I'm not getting pregnant, so I don't care."
And as with last week, the Weekend Update segment continued with the Kavanaugh mockery, with News Desk co-host Colin Jost noting that 50 votes is the least amount a Supreme Court justice nominee has ever received in a confirmation vote. Following that with,
"But keep in mind, it's also the most yeses Kavanaugh has ever heard."
Weekend Update also took aim at Kanye West, who was the musical guest during last week's installment and ended the episode wearing a MAGA hat and giving a pro-Trump speech that was not aired. Pete Davidson was brought out to talk about the rapper, and he didn't pull any punches.
Do you know how wrong about politics you have to be for, like, me to notice?
Davidson, who has always been very open about mental health and medicine, also suggested that West should be back on his meds.
Being mentally ill is not an excuse to act like a jackass.
He continued, "I'm quoting my therapist, my mom, and my mailman." At the end of his rant, Davidson donned a hat reading, "Make Kanye 2006 again." To read more on this week's installment of Saturday Night Live, head to THR.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Neha Joy.